Didn't you hear? There is a mass exodus from California. So just stop moving here. My name is Dan Parker. If you do not know me, I'm a real estate agent down here in San Diego. I do videos like this, well, California videos, but also San Diego specific videos. So if you have any interest in that, consider subscribing to my channel. Now, I've lived up and down California. I've lived here my entire life. I have friends and relatives that are real estate agents all over California, and they're all kind of saying the same thing. People are leaving California, and it really boils down to 5 specific things, 5 reasons of why people are leaving California. It also happens to be the reasons why you may want to consider not moving here in the first place. And I'm putting this video together because I've actually done a video on the reasons not to move to San Diego, and that quickly became my most viewed video. Thousands of people have watched it, a whole bunch of interest on it, so I decided to do one for all of California. And could there be a better time? You know, we're nearing the end of 2020 right now. A lot of people are leaving California. So we're going to discuss the main reasons why people are leaving. Now, first off is the politics. And I'm going to try and walk a fine line here. I'm not going to try and impose too much of my opinion, just the facts of the reasons of why people are leaving. I personally feel like I'm not too much on the far right or the far left. I'm kind of here in the middle. I think probably a lot of people feel like that too. But regardless, we're getting off track here. California is a blue state. If you didn't know, it is very Democrat. It is very progressive state. And the politics, they run up to the top in California, starting with Governor Gavin Newsom. Now, maybe you didn't know this name 8 months ago, but if you live in the US, you probably know that name now. He is our governor in California, and he has imposed some very strict rules on us throughout the last 8 months. We have had lockdowns just like everywhere else. Restaurants have been closed. Indoor and outdoor seating at times have gone back and forth. Schools have been closed, all at-home learning. You have curfews. We have a curfew now. We cannot be out recreationally after 10 p.m. We've had beaches and parks closed. All sorts of things have happened, and it's caused frustration from certain people, especially people that own businesses that are being shut down, and people that don't really have the ability to work from home or are trying to work from home, and their kids are home at the same time, and they just want them to have that school experience. And a lot of this kind of came to a head when you find that the people that are making the rules decide not to follow them at the same time. Now, beyond everything that's happening right now, I do believe there will be a day soon when things will be back to normal, and it's going to be interesting to see how this video holds up over time, as it right now today is December of 2020. In California, yes, there are people that are very strongly on one side of the political spectrum or the other, but the truth is, in everyday life, when you're interacting with people on the streets, you're interacting with your neighbors, majority of the time, people are going to really fall more towards the center, and it doesn't affect a lot of your day-to-day. You know, you're not walking around everywhere all day in California around people with picket signs. It just doesn't happen. And so what I'm trying to get at is, it doesn't matter where you land on the political spectrum, you're going to find people just like you all throughout California. And the second reason people are leaving California, and this is really a defining issue, has been for a long time, is the cost of living. It's not cheap to live in California by any means. And especially in certain areas, certain metro areas, big cities throughout California are going to be a lot more expensive than others. So it really depends where you live. And we'll start with this. This is just a very generalized way to think about the cost of living in California, because this doesn't apply to the entire state through and through. But generally, if you live on the beach, it's going to be extremely expensive. If you want to live somewhere where you can just walk to the beach, it's going to be very, very expensive. About a 10 to 20 minute drive from the beach, still probably going to be pretty expensive, but significantly cheaper. And anywhere 20 minutes plus from the beach is going to be, somewhat affordable. Especially compared to other states, it's going to be a lot more affordable. And when we're talking about cost of living, of course, housing prices is going to be one of the main concerns. And housing prices in California have just gone up, up, up. I can tell you in San Diego specifically, in San Diego County, from October of last year, 2019 to October of 2020, housing prices have gone up 15.5%. That means the median home in San Diego has gone up from $641,000 to $740,000 in one year. Almost $100,000. And of course that means that rent prices are going to go up too. And because of this cost of living, because a lot of people want to own a home, there are many people that are moving to the bordering states. So Arizona, Nevada, even Utah, Oregon. They're moving from California to those places. Or they're moving from the cities out to the suburbs where you can save a little bit of money. And next up on the list is taxes. Now, California has the highest income tax. So you have that. You have high property taxes. And then you have sales tax is going to be usually around 8 to 9%, depending on what county you live in. So those three are going to take a large chunk out of your paycheck. And then beyond that, so many various things are taxed at a completely different rate. So you have things like gas, groceries, water. I mean, bottled water is taxed. Anything that they can tax, they will tax. That just brings up the cost of living even more. And this is one of the big reasons a lot of people are moving to Texas. No income tax. Next up is regulations. And this really is specific for small businesses, small business owners. There are a lot of regulations that are going to make it extra challenging to own your business here in California. You have things like increasing minimum wage, new laws that limit the people that can be classified as independent contractors. You have data privacy laws, the California Consumer Privacy Act, and you have all sorts of complex regulations that, again, just make it extra challenging to own a business in California. It's so challenging that California has been ranked dead last 15 years in a row from Chief Executive Magazine's Best and Worst States to Own a Business, which is a survey that they do with CEOs. In 15 years that they've been ranked dead last, coincidentally, it's also the 15 years they've been running the survey. So for the entire length of this survey, California has ranked dead last for states to own a business. And the last reason that people are leaving California is because of the opportunity. Businesses, more and more businesses, are allowing their employees to work from home. But where's home? Does it even have to be driving distance of the office anymore? It doesn't, because a lot of these offices are closing down. So what you're seeing is people moving from major metropolitan areas that have a very high cost of living to other areas. There's also other challenges associated with living in those big areas. Places like San Francisco, Los Angeles, and New York are seeing a mass exodus because when people have been locked down and locked in their houses, the feeling of being so compact or being in a very tall building with a lot of neighbors, not having a really good opportunity to get out if there's any type of major event going on. So you're seeing a lot of people leaving these places. So the opportunity to work from home is allowing people to move their home to other places. And if after all of that, you're still considering a move to California, well, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, or personally reach out. I'm happy to connect with you. And if I can't help you personally, I could get you in touch with someone who's in my trusted network all throughout California. If you found that interesting, check out my reasons not to move to San Diego video or the top things you need to know when moving to California. I think both of these you're going to find helpful. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.